how they will find the actual number of people who are unemployed. They know the number of unemployed people in the sample. So what is the next and final step? To come out and say what? 10 times that, right? So they will come out and say 10 times the number of unemployed people within the sample. In other words, they will say we have 100,000 people unemployed in the US in the total number of households. That is what we call statistical extrapolation. You follow the logic? Everybody? Okay, so, by the way, I have told you that statistics has improved so much over the years that if you make the sample truly representative, this number they come up with is extremely close to the real number. Okay, despite the fact that they don't survey every household, nevertheless what they come up with here at the end is extremely close to the actual number of unemployed people. Once they find, through statistical extrapolation, the total number of unemployed people within the total household population of the US, the next thing they do is to do this. They say unemployment rate is equal to, they divide two things. They put in the numerator the number of unemployed people that they found through this method that I just described. In other words, in this hypothetical example, 100,000 individuals goes to the numerator. And then they divide by something. Can somebody guess what do they divide with? Do they divide by the population of the United States? Should they divide by the population of the United States? Why not? Let's explain why not. They don't divide by the population of the United States. Because think about this for a second. If I work for the BLS, they don't go to households, they don't actually physically visit households, they call them. But let's simplify things. Let's say I visit the household, right? I walk in, and I see a little baby there crying in the crib. Should I come out and say, this baby is supposed to be at work? He's not working. I'm unemployed. Should I say that? Silly. Okay. What is the point? The point is you cannot contrast the total number of unemployed people vis-a-vis the population. You have to take the population and take out of it, deduct out of the population, certain categories which are either not willing or able to work. Attention to these two words, not willing or able to work. You got to take them out of the population, okay? And once you do this, you come up with something called the civilian labor force. And that is what goes to the denominator, the civilian labor force. You divide by the civilian labor force. Now, obviously, it's important to define what the hell is this civilian labor force. Okay, let's do this. I said that you need to take out of the population certain categories of people who are not willing or able. There are 6 specific categories of people who are taken out. Let's try to guess them. So basically, in a second, so basically you take the population, the civilian labor force is population minus the 6 categories we're going to define now. Before you tell me, try to guess the 6 categories, you have to, I know you're going to make this mistake, but every time you do it. Some students will come out and say, people with disabilities. Totally wrong. That's not one of the categories we exclude, we deduct from the population. Why not? Because if you're disabled, obviously you're missing 4 limbs, you're not going to go and get a job as a construction worker. But if you're willing to work, and you have some kind of disability, I'm sure there will be some kind of job that will suit your skills and your education and stuff like that. Okay, so they're not excluded from the labor force just because they have a disability. In fact, as you know, if employers discriminate against a disabled person, there are laws which penalize them. So they're part of the labor force, they're not excluded. Okay. So I just want to make this clarification because very often it's made. So what are these 6 groups who are not willing or able to work and therefore they're not part of the labor force?
Maybe like a mother.
Okay. A homemaker, I'm going to put it in more general terms. I'm going to call them homemakers. Homemakers choose that are willing to work. They choose to stay at home. Okay, so therefore the fact that this individual doesn't have a job doesn't entitle this individual to unemployment benefits. They're not part of the labor force, therefore they're not entitled to unemployment benefits. They're not unemployed. Tell me some more, there are 5 more.
Those who are incarcerated.
I'm sorry?
Those who are incarcerated.
Yes, so I'm going to say inmates. Among the inmates, I'm going to basically define it as people who are in jails, but also in psychiatric institutions and stuff like that. 2, I need 4 more. Very good. When it comes to age, the legal age limit in the US when it comes to age is 16, so people who are under the age of 16, they're not supposed to be part of the labor force, therefore they're not entitled to unemployment benefits.
People who are in the military service.
Very good. People from the armed forces, that's why we call it civilian labor force. Okay, how many do we have? We have 4, we need 2 more. Very back. All people like me, huh? I will call this all people. Retirees. Very good. 1 more.
Discouraged workers?
No, this is something I'm going to talk about in a second. I'll come to this in a second. This is super crucial point. 1 more.
Like college students?
Well, just to generalize, I will come out and say full-time students. Okay, maybe college, it might be high school, though, right? Okay, that's it. 6. Okay, full-time students, when I'm talking about full-time students, you got to clarify something here. If you're a full-time student, obviously, you're free to get a full-time job if you want to, and I go to school. You're free to do that. But if you lose this job, and you happen to be a full-time student, the government is not going to give you unemployment benefits because it thinks that you're not supposed to be part of the labor force. You're excluded from the labor force, civilian labor force. And if you're excluded, you're not part of the labor force, and you end up not getting a job, you're not entitled to unemployment benefits. Okay? So this is categories that are excluded, and then again, we come out with civilian labor force, we put this in the denominator of the fraction, multiply by 100, and I will give you the percentage of people who are unemployed at any given point in time. Okay. Let's look at some statistics. Let's look at some statistics from the US, actual statistical data. Go back to 1920, they come unfortunately only up to 2006. So you see obviously that during the Depression, the unemployment rate was, wow, 25%, okay, super high. And then the Second World War started, huge demand for workers when it comes to producing defense material, it dropped dramatically. And then in the late 1940s, 1950s, and 60s, it stayed at fairly low levels. It stayed about, I don't know, 5-6% around this, which is pretty good, it's not bad. Okay, it's not the natural rate of unemployment, but it's not way above it. And then you notice that beginning in the early 1970s, we have a gradual increase of the unemployment rate through the early 1980s, and this has to do with a very major crisis that took place back in the 70s called the OPEC oil crisis. We'll talk about this next week when I talk about the causes of inflation, and super high inflation that threw the economy into a tailspin. So anyway, for now, just pay attention to the data. So 70s and through the early 80s, we had a very high, fairly high unemployment rate. And then the 90s, things improved in the 80s, and then the 90s, early 90s, we had another recession. And then it drops, and notice something which I think is very, very important. It drops to the point that here, the very late 90s, the very, very end of the Clinton administration, we have an unemployment rate which is exactly 4%. One of the lowest, with the exception of the Second World War, and the 1920s where the economy was booming, I was telling you. For the post-war period, that was the lowest level of unemployment in the US, 4%. And that's why I was telling you that it's possible for the unemployment rate to go down 4%. The natural rate of unemployment to go down to 4%. Okay. The book says 4.5%. Go by the book. There's